Alright, it is turn 11. Let's see what's going on. I was attacked by Ulm. I kind of expected that. Yep, okay, so he went straight in, he hit my province defense. That's fine. That was why I moved away, was because I expected he would do that. Let's look at the battle in Light Hills. This will be our largest battle to date by a good bit. This is starting to look like a proper Ermorish army. Ermoric? Ermorish? Something like that? And yeah, we're gonna wipe these. We're gonna wipe these poor deer tribe out. Whee! Charge of the Knights. And that is that. Boom. Yeah, they had two commander, they had two barbarian chiefs and one deer tribe shaman, and they were just wiped out. We lost most of our soulless, but that's okay, they exist only to die. Found some earth gems, which is kind of cool, and we have revived lictors in Ermor, so our lictor pile is growing apace. Mr. Lictor and Foul Flesh. So there's Iron Fudge with his 50 units. There's 30 of them, so we need to take all these guys like that, and Carnage needs to start heading down this way as well. Yumik, you need to... Let's actually give those guys to Mechanther to get them out of the way. We're now entering the Skeleton Manager phase of the game. The worst phase. The phase that makes many or more players hate themselves, life, and the very concept of fun. Because you have so many different types of skeletons that you have to kind of joggle around in order to manage effectively. And some of them are affected by morale, some are not. Like ghouls. Ghouls are affected by morale. Now their basic morale is very high, but they are affected by it. Similarly, lictors. Lictors are affected by morale. So once you have lictors in the mix, you have to start paying attention. Whereas before, with skeletons and such, you don't have to care about morale. Those ghouls are going to stay here. These soulless, we'll just put them in Yumik's group for now. And Yumik will head out. You two are going to research, because I need to hit that evocation like yesterday. You two are going to cast... I have 15 gems, so actually one of you is going to revive lictors, and the other is going to revive a spectator. And I know I'm short of bishops right now, but that's going to have to be too bad. Ah, excellent! We recruited a Mound King. Fantastic. Mike Ruzoth has just built a temple. Ophagion is building a palisade. Ooh, I don't have quite enough for another palisade over here. I'm just barely short. Okay. We're doing fine temple-wise. So let's rejigger this army a little bit. For example, what I need to do is I need to save on commanders. So, all these units need to join Grave Soul. They can all join Grave Soul because he is Holy level 3. So, we're going to move those guys down. We're going to leave those out front. We're going to put those up there, and because he can cast Unholy Blessing to hit the whole map, and then he's going to drop Protection of the Sepulchre. Yeah, then he's going to spam Protection of the Sepulchre, because I am going to get hit by priests, I freaking guarantee it. And actually, just in case Ulm has seen my scripting, I'm actually going to shift those guys down there. And we're just going to set them on attack rear, I think. And these guys will be on fire, because with the Unholy Blessing, that will hit them right at the start of things, and they will go straight in. Gravecaller, that will free him up to build another temple. Now, I am paying 5 in upkeep, which is fairly unusual for Ermor. Now, Grave Soul is going to go straight in. He's going to knock on the door, as it were. Should I hit that army or this army? That's Iron Fudge. But Iron Fudge is probably going to move. See, like, what I'm worried about is if he combines these armies, because the army in Rame, 29 units, 6 of which were Black Plate Infantry with battle axes. So, here's my thought, my thinking. My thinking is, if he's smart, He's going to have troops on guard commander, and probably it would be the Black Plate Infantry. Because the risk is not from my front line necessarily. Like, his front line can deal with my front line. The risk is that my Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre will get around behind him and murder his commanders. So if I was him, that would be what I was concerned about. Carnage, incidentally, actually, you're not needed, because we have Ymik bringing in the lictors. Ymik with the lick. So Carnage, move up there. Scrofula, could you take all of these guys, please? Yeah, yes, all of them. And take them back to the capital. Carnage, that's about 40 units. You have 73 units, but most of them are soulless. Wolf Tribe. Risky. What have we got up there? 10 ghouls? Yeah, I think you should probably go in on it. I can't afford mercenaries, that's for sure. So Bernard's Brave Men. That is what? That's Pikeneers, I think. Yeah, those I think are mercenary Pikeneers. So that's a mercenary company that he's got. And he just hired them. So what I want to do is, I want to take these 125 units and I want to hit one of these armies separately. So let's actually send Gravesoul up there. And then Ymik will be able to move to reinforce with his troops, which are a pretty significant reinforcement. We're reviving more lictors, we're reviving another spectator, we're not reviving archbishops yet, because we can't. As soon as my god comes out, we can. My god will be out in the next couple of turns. So next turn, I may save my gems and just, like, revive lictors. And then as soon as my god pops out, I'll have him... Because I took... Yeah, because he has high enough. So I'll revive a high bishop, an archbishop, as soon as I can. And then I'll have that guy probably sit there free-spawning lictors, I think. I think that might be what I do with him. Meanwhile, this place needs a visit from somebody. Possibly Scrofula. To pick up troops. Yeah, let's move Scrofula down there to pick up those troops. Then he'll go over there to pick up those troops. And he'll ferry them towards the front. Carnage, meanwhile. Yeah, if he picks up those, like, 12 ghouls or so up here, I think he should be able to take Dragon Ridge. Which would be nice. And I need to take Rame back. Or Rame, whatever it is. Murgos. Murgos. You are not terribly helpful. We will set you to patrol. And I think... obviously he doesn't have a Bless because he has no sacred units. He might have a Mage Bless. But did he Bless in this battle? I don't think he had any mages in this battle. Yeah, this is just a line of infantry. And you can see the Black Plate Infantry with the battle axes with protection 23. They're pretty safe from most things I can do. The only units that can really fight the infantry of Ulm on my side are the Knights and the Lictors. So I really need Knights and Lictors in order to combat these armies. Now that looks like it's most of his Black Plate Infantry and Infantries of Ulm. So that many, I think if these two armies combined, I would swarm them under. I think I'd get them. Particularly with my my Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre charging in. I think I'd be able to. I think I'd do it to him. Yeah, so I think that'll be fine. Now my only concern is these guys are faster than these guys, so we want them to be staggered slightly back, and we want the Knights actually to hold and attack rear. So they go in later. Okay, so that is going to be the plan. Taking Strongbay would also be good, but I need to fight. I need to push Ulm back. I need to demonstrate some strength here against Ulm. Definitely. And that is Shinuyama. Interesting. So Shinuyama's got what? Have they been summoning Kappa or something? Oh no, they have recruitable Kappa, that's right. Shinuyama can natively go underwater because they can recruit Kappas. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so they have chosen to involve themselves in the underwater frenzy. There's lots of underwater and amphibious nations in this game, so I personally would not really bother to do that, but hey, I'm not him. He gets to make his own calls. So yeah, Scrofula will pick up troops along the way. He's got 39 already. He'll get another 26 there. He'll fill himself up. He'll have a full 80 troops before he comes to the front lines. And hopefully we'll get another commander or two somewhere along the way, because I need them. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of gems and mage turns summoning them, because my research is already garbage, and it will stay garbage for quite some time. So I would like it to be less garbage. Of course, the classic pro Ermor strat is to rush straight to Rigor Mortis at Enchantment 6, but that's going to be quite a ways coming, so I would rather get Shadow Blast first, personally. That might be bad strategy, because Rigor Mortis is really, really huge for Ermor. I'm just going to let it ride. It's going to be what it is. We will do our very, very best. I'm also going to set Gravecaller to retreat, because I do not want him to die if Ulm attacks here. Because in many ways, the ideal outcome here would be I hit this army as they're trying to combine on me, and wipe it out for no casualties, thus eliminating a good part of his really heavy infantry. And most of this army is mercenaries that will go away very soon anyway, and the rest of it is random recruited independents that are not going to be very effective against me. And then I'll have Scrofula with his large pile of garbage coming up here, and in addition I'll have a few more lictors summoned next turn that I can take a Spectator and bring more troops down to meet here in Ukrema. So if he were to push, I'd be able to intercept him there. So yeah, I think that's probably the strategy. And then with this army, I'm just going to freaking see if I can drive in and threaten Ulm, force Ulm onto the defensive, which gives me time to build up, because the more time I have to build up, the better off I am. I just need turns. I just need free spawn, I need lictors, I need mages. If I can get my god out and summon a couple of Archbishops of Eldergate, then that will be very, very solid. And I think I can do it. I think I can probably handle Ulm if I'm given time. Now, I only have 7 more turns before this non-aggression pact expires, which is worrying. And then, of course, Shinuyama and Vanarus might invade me at any time. But someone was mentioning that they were worried about Ashdod jumping on people who are fighting Ermor, which is great. That's exactly the kind of mistrust and dissension that I need in order to succeed. Ermor, as all great evils, works by spreading mistrust and fear. And so, if mistrust and fear are being spread without me even doing anything about it, that's fantastic. So that's going to be the turn. I will see you all in turn 12, and we will see how the first real clash with Ermor has gone. I'm sorry, with Ulm, I mean. The first real clash of Ulm versus Ermor. I mean, really, come on. Ulm's the hero here. I'm the big bad. I'm the villain in this piece. And that's just fine with me. So, take care. See you in turn 12. Okay, turn 12. This is our first attack against Ulm. Let's see how it went. From the lack of another battle in my territory, I think he did. He guessed where I was going, and he pulled in... Wow, that's a lot of Guardians. So he guessed where I was going, and he met me with... This is probably, I want to say, every unit, including his god. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, let's see how this went, then. If I managed to get around behind him, it probably went pretty well. If not, it probably went pretty badly. So we're meeting. The knights are running around to the back. Yeah! Oh, we got him. Boys and girls, we got him, but good. Okay, so our armies were routed. From HP losses, I believe. But we killed his god. We killed 4 of his 5 black priests and a captain. Troop casualties fairly low, and ours were pretty much total. But... got him! Got him! Worth it. So completely worth it. Especially because I'm summoning a whole bunch of lictors. His guardians are a problem. His guardians will hurt lictors badly, but they can't actually stop lictors, especially not strength-blessed lictors. Can do enough damage to cut through their high protection. So, the problem is these black halberds, which do this armor-piercing fatigue damage to sacreds. Now, lictors do have significant armor that reduces that, so if I have enough lictors to face his guardians, I can chop through them. But, I'm going to take a screenshot of this, because we're going to be gloating about it a little bit in chat. That's what you get, boy. That's what you get for sending your god out and your black priest without anybody guarding on attack rear. What you get. And our sensor got away, so that's fine. That is just fine. Found some gems, found some more gems, found some more gems, and got some province resources. Oh boy, okay. Alright then. I'll take that. I'll buy that for $1. I'm just tickled pink about that. Let's get all these guys. Carnage is going to go take that province. We've got a big blob up front. We've got a blob to the side. We've got a smaller blob to that side. Go on in. Carnage. Stay behind, troops. Don't want to lose you, brother. Scrofula. Take all of them. Go back to the capital, please. Now, we've got Mike Ruzoth, Mr. Lictor, and Foulflesh. You are both going to start reviving lictors, and you're going to keep doing that for some time to come. And yeah, that's about all I can afford to do right now. However, I have 9 lictors there. Don't really want to have 9 unblessed lictors fighting this army here, because that is still a lot of units. If you may notice, he's got 100 units here, or 99 units rather. He is short on commanders, because he's only got 1 Black Priest left, and 2 Commanders of Ulm. All of his other commanders are dead. Still got about half his Pikeneers. The Guardians are trouble. My regular units can't really hurt Guardians much. It kind of takes lictors in order to hurt them. So, we're building a palisade there. We're going to have Mike Ruzoth, I think, take the lictors and the skeletons and that dude. And Mike Ruzoth is going to take him up here. And Grave Soul is going to head up there as well with these undead. We've got a temple down here, but we don't quite have the money we would need to build something new. So let's send Scrofula. Can't quite reach. Darn. He may come and burn down this temple. So actually, we're all going to collapse on Light Hills because he's probably going to want to come burn down the temple, and he may be under the impression that we don't have the troop strength to stop him. Now, I don't want to hurt the lictor's morale too badly. We're going to have 12 lictors against his 29 guardians. I don't really like those odds. He's got attack 13, 27 damage with his black halberds. I've got attack 13, 29 damage before my bless. And then my bless, of course, makes it attack 15, well over 30 damage. So on average, I'll be killing a guardian with every hit. And their defense skill is garbage, so I will hit them. That said, 16 protection and 20 hit points, they'll take a couple of hits to kill me, but they will kill me if they hit me a couple of times. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mull this one over a little bit, but I think I think what I can do is I can bring enough chaff in here to... If we set you to reanimate... reanimate a lictor, and you reanimate long dead warriors. My worry actually is by bringing in all these soulless, I'll spark another HP route, because that's what happened here. I mean, I was losing the battle in terms of units, obviously, but if I'd managed to hang on for another couple of rounds, my lictors might have been able to finish killing off his leadership. Because see, the Pikeneers came in, and we pretty much shot them to death. Meanwhile, the Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre, some of whom are diseased, interesting, ran around the back. So yeah, that Wind of Memory is doing a ton of damage to my undead from the Black Priests. It was the Black Priests really that did it for me. Here my Knights got hung up, and these Knights just pretty much died. It was once the Black Plate Infantry went in, the Black Plate Infantry and the Guardians. Once they went in, I started taking a lot of damage at the front line. But, they hung on for a couple of rounds. But see, the armies of Ermor are routed. It happened right then. And it was just in this last round, we stabbed these last couple Black Priests to death. And then my units crumbled because of the rout. Yeah, they just crumbled and vanished because my leadership was routing, my prophet. So yeah, I think if we hit him again, I think we've got him. We won't be able to get around back to kill the leadership, but he's only got one Black Priest this time. And I'll still have Gravesoul the Prophet dropping his Unholy Protection. Oh, and Gravesoul got Iron Will. That's actually great for him. I mean, for Ermor, that's a great thing for a prophet to have. Yeah, you can see with the Bless, his strength is 23. Now, he has the Dominion bonus, so that kicks it up by 2 points, but still, damage well over 30 for my lictors. So, yeah. Let's get everybody piled up down here. I mean, I'm almost tempted to... Can I dodge him? Nah, I can't dodge past him. Okay. Yeah. That is fine with me. The Black Fists. Commands 20 men. Okay. Yeah, this says about 120, but I know for a fact that's inaccurate. That's inaccurate. Especially because, actually, what I haven't considered here is this captain and these Pikeneers here are gone, because these were his mercenaries. So he had 34, he lost 17, so that's another 18 units gone. In addition to these 40 casualties, because all the casualties and all the others, of course, left. So he's actually down to about 80 units, because he's got 3... these guys barely matter. Yeah, it's mainly... And the main force is just... Like, the main force that I have to worry about is literally just 60 Guardians and Black Plate Infantry. Not even 60. Like 53 Guardians and Black Plate Infantry. So yeah. Damn. Gravesoul might be able to take those if he had these lictors with him, but I need to mass everybody up. I can't fight him separated. So we'll revive some more lictors. We'll keep on researching here. What I should probably do actually is I should send Gravecaller back here, because Gravecaller will be able to bless the 6 lictors that I'm reviving this turn if he pushes straight on towards the capital. What I'll actually do is, if he tries to come siege the capital, I will actually just sit inside it and dare him to attack, which he probably won't. But in this province, I'm going to end up with quite a few units. The lictors will help keep me on the field because they're HP 20. So you have to lose 75% of your HP in order to HP route. I've got about 61 soulless. They're each HP 15, although some of them, yeah, none of these have taken any damage. So they're each HP 15, so 60 times 15 is 900. Then I have 12 lictors, they're each HP 20, so that's 240. And then I have my long dead are HP 6, and I've got 40, 58, got a whole bunch of those. 58, 16 is 64. Plus the ghouls, and the ghouls are HP 10. I've got 20 of those. Yeah, so as long as I have... It's okay to lose all of my soulless, so long as I have people kind of in the back. So Grave Soul. Be back here with you, Mick. These guys can all be just kind of blobbed up in the front. All with them. And them. Put the ghouls in the back where I don't want, because I don't necessarily want them to die. Now there's the lictors. So these lictors are going to attack. I'm just going to send them straight in. They're going to be the ones chopping through the guardians. And basically, here's what I'm hoping. What I'm hoping is he's taken the wrong lesson from that battle. I'm hoping that he puts a whole bunch of his units on guard commander. Because if he does that, then my lictors are going to chop through his front line. If he's got like a whole bunch of his guardians in the back on guard commander, then yeah, he'll kill these Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre as they come around. But these 12 lictors will be able to chop through his front line pretty effectively. I mean, they'll take damage, don't get me wrong, but they'll also do damage. They'll do a lot of damage, and these long dead velites will kind of get mixed in with them. So we're gonna let's step them just slightly back, so they're kind of mixed in with these soulless. Because I don't want them going in like right first. Yeah. It's a simple tactic, but I think a functional one. And so we got those guys on hold and attack rear, so they won't be targeted first. And then we're gonna have these ghouls back here, and these ghouls back here will also be on attack rear. So if the knights get in trouble, the ghouls will rush in right after them, and the ghouls aren't very effective, but they might do something. I mean, anything's possible. They're not great units. I'm not gonna say there are. We'll just set them on attack rear, and we'll move them a little bit further back so that they won't mess up the knights too badly. Then Grave Soul, yeah, Unholy Blessing, and then just spam Protection of the Sepulchre to increase magic resistance. It still won't increase to impressive levels, but by spamming it out, it should pretty much hit everybody. It's possible the lictors won't be affected, but the lictors have high enough magic resistance that banishment isn't too worrying to them anyway. It's the long dead that I want to be hit. Magic resistance negates easily is, if I recall correctly, a roll against 6. So it's 6 plus an open-ended 2d6 versus magic resistance plus an open-ended 2d6. So 6 versus 8. It won't affect all of them the first hit, but if you spam it out enough, it will. Mike Ruzoth is also throwing Unholy Blessings. He's actually not needed. So instead, I'm going to have him cast Unholy Power. No, not that. And we'll have him stand right behind the knights here. I could have him throw it on the lictors, but I don't know that he would actually cast it on the lictors themselves, and extra speed will benefit the knights here. So we're going to have him stand right there, throw Unholy Power, hopefully onto the Knights. Well, actually, he probably would target the Lictors, because the Lictors have the highest HP in the blob. So if we shuffle these guys back just a little bit... I want the Chaff to go in and the Lictors to be mixed in with the Chaff, because they don't have a whole lot of defensive bless. Let's stick Micruzoth right there. And we'll just see if he can hit the Lictors with that blessing, because they, I mean, only 2 Knights, they're not going to do all that much, to be fully honest. Like, I do not expect great things from them. What else? We could bring all our ghouls. I want to leave the ghouls there. They won't contribute all that much, because they're not that good. But they will be decent siege chaff. So, like, what I'm hoping for is... I'm hoping that he comes down here to try and destroy my temple, which tactically is what you really want to do when you're fighting Ermor, because, of course, temples give them more gems. And right now I'm at 15 death gems per month. And it's only getting worse. So, he should, hopefully, come down here to try and burn my temple. If he comes down here to try and burn my temple, his 80 units or so are going to run into about 160, 170 units spearheaded by my 12 powerful sacreds. And I think that's a fight I can win. Yeah, it's this unit right here and this unit right here. This group and this group that's dangerous. Everything else is basically meat. But that's the heart and soul of his army. It's them and then the Black Priest. If there's one Black Priest spamming Banish, he will do damage. I mean, I don't want to downplay that. But I don't think he'll do enough damage. I mean, notice, this was 124 units with few Sacreds, and the Sacreds there are not as tough as Lictors. They still caused 40 casualties. Admittedly, a lot of it was weeding out the chaff, but still, Guardians will still be overwhelmed when they're surrounded, as will Black Plate Infantry, especially if Lictors are in the mix. So I have faith in my little army here. I think if he comes in against me, I can smash that force. So, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in turn 13, where the war against Ulm will kick off. Now, I have to go pull up that little anti-Ulm propaganda poster I coerced Nasagen into making for me and go post gloating in the chat. So, if you'll excuse me for that, I'll see you in turn 13. Actually, there's one thing that I almost forgot to do that I need to do, which is I need to start sending these guys out to search for magic sites. Don't need 2. I'm sending out 3 of them to search for magic sites. I know that's going to kill my research, but let's face it, my research is going to be garbage anyway. So, that'll just have to be fine. I would like... Actually, getting up to level 3 would be good. Well, no, because creating Revenants, I can spend 12 gems to create a Death 2. There's no reason I would ever spend 9 gems to create Death 1. The only reason I would really want to go down enchantment would be to hit level 5 and then level 6. But like I said, I want to go down... I'm going down evocation first. Might be a bad plan, but it's the plan I've got, and I'm going to stick to it. So, we'll stick with that. I'm just going to send out these 3 guys. Going to start searching for death sites. Try to kick up my death income even further because it needs to be higher. 15 is just not enough. I definitely want to be at over 20 by the end of year 1 in the next 12 turns. And of course, in order for that to be accomplished, I will also need to have pretty much defeated Ulm by that point. From now on, I intend to be reviving 6 Lictors a turn. That's just going to kind of be my standard. And 6 Lictors per turn means my effective death gem income is 9. So next turn I'll revive. My gods should be out, and that should leave me enough gems, because I'll get another 9. That'll leave me 18. 18 is enough to revive a bishop, not enough to revive a Dusk Elder. It's going to have to be alright, though, because I need the Lictors. I need to be spamming out Lictors for at least a few turns here. And once I've done that, so probably turn after next, I will revive my first Archbishop, who is another recruitable Holy 3, and he will aid Gravesoul in leading the armies against Ulm. So, I'm going to leave you for real now. Bye-bye. Okay, turn 13, and as you can probably see, things did not go as planned. So, we fought the battle in Light Hills. And, remember how I was talking all that stuff about how you gotta make sure the lictors have chaff around them so they don't get instantly murdered? Well, I don't know what's going on since they're combat speed 8 and the Long Dead are combat speed 9. I think it's because I put them right in front of the Soulless, and the Soulless are getting in people's way. But my 12 lictors not only raced ahead of all the chaff, they also spread out. So they charged straight into all these Infantry of Ulm and Guardians by themselves. And they did damage, especially these ones that actually have chaff around them, lasted a good long while and did quite a bit of damage. Like these 3 up here did okay, but the ones who charged ahead immediately got obliterated. So, none of my other infantry can really touch Black Plate infantry. Like, Protection 23 is just not gonna do it. So, with all of that, I got rocked. Basically is what happened here. I didn't have Lictor critical mass, so they couldn't, like, chaff each other, and they outran their regular chaff. My Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre got hung up and didn't manage to get around the back, so they killed a guy and then both were killed by Guardians. And the Ulmish Spy, who is the Prophet, wiped out 34 guys by himself, which didn't help for sure. So, yeah, didn't work out. This is what tends to happen with Ermor battles when you don't have magic. You lose a whole lot of garbage, and the enemy doesn't lose all that much. So, all of my commanders once again got away. But, I'm in a little bit of a pickle. There's no way I can hold this province. He's still got, in Light Hills, he's got 40 units all told, and his Prophet. So if 181 of my units can't take 65 of his, I don't think 58 of my units, or how many is this? Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. I don't think 100 of my units can take 40 of his. So what we're doing is we're collapsing back onto the capital, because I do think that another turn's recruitment, plus another turn of lictors, plus all these units, plus actually we'll take all these units as well. I'm giving up on the whole site searching thing that I was trying to do. We're just moving everything back to the capital so that when he comes here, we'll be able to hit him back immediately. He's also going to be moving this army in. This army will be a good bit more vulnerable because it doesn't contain the Prophet, but I would also like to kill his Prophet. So we're going to see what we can do there. It's possible this army will go down this way so that he can combine them in Ukrima. So the way I react will depend on where he moves. Ente is quite a good player, so I would expect, in his position, what I would do is I would take this province and I would move down here. Then, if Ermor sallies and attacks, these two armies combine into an invincibly large force. If Ermor doesn't sally, then they just get to sit here, build up, and then move in to besiege the capital. If he moves there, then I will take my assembled forces and attack this army. Because I'll be able to either drive them back or kill them while they're isolated, and then I'll be able to deal with this one. Being besieged doesn't honestly hurt me all that much. Like, I'm okay with him sitting on Ermor sieging it. It makes me no money. And I don't recruit. So the fact that I can't recruit if he's sitting on Ermor sieging it doesn't affect me whatsoever. What I don't want is I don't want him rampaging around burning down all my temples. Because every temple he burns reduces my death gem income, and I need those death gems for things. These two are probably pretty safe. He has to go through Ermor to get them, but, like, this one's vulnerable. And if he besieges my capital, I think he burns down this temple. So that would be a problem. Gonna keep pumping out my 6 lictors per turn. Once I get up to 18 or 24 lictors, I'll be able to take on one of these stacks pretty solidly. But not gonna lie, it's not a great situation. If I had won that battle, then I'd be in a really quite a good situation. Because he'd have this army, but this won't be destroyed. Even if I lost all my chaff, which I anticipated I would, that's fine. I'm Ermor. My chaff is 100% entirely replaceable. Carnage is going to swing down through here and take more units back, picking up chaff as he comes. I'm saving up gems because next turn I want to summon an Archbishop. Actually, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to alchemize all of my non-death gems into death gems, and I'm going to summon an Archbishop right now. So an Archbishop is a Holy 3. He'll be able to free spawn lictors and cast the Divine Blessing spell, like Gravesoul can. So we'll have Gravesoul and an Archbishop in here, and they will be able to free spawn 2 lictors per turn, which kicks my total lictor generation per turn up to 8 until I move one of them out. And I will build up my death gems, and I will summon another Archbishop in 2 turns. I'm ignoring research. The incredible Mr. Bones, who woke up this turn, my Statue of War, he will be providing most of my research when he's not summoning Archbishops, and he also free spawns Barbarians. So Barbarian free spawn will give me units that can hit really, really hard. They're bad units, but they hit really, really hard, and so they're kind of like a partial counter to Black Plate Infantry, because they give me a degree of high damage that Ermorian armies usually don't have aside from Lictors. So they're going to kind of be Lictors light in that way, because they hit for 24. And their attack is low, Olmish Infantry's defense is very low, so that high damage can blow through Black Plate and hurt the guy inside. Much like the Lictor's axes. The Lictors, by the way, I double-checked. In combat with the Blessed, they do 34 damage a hit. So they absolutely rip apart Guardians and Black Plate Infantry. It's just that since they got isolated, they only traded at 1 for 1, when with proper support, they would be trading at like 4 or 5 per 1. So, a little bit disappointing, but I can survive it. We can recover from this. This is a minor setback. And we will continue to fight the good fight, or in this case, the evil fight. We'll continue to fight the evil fight. We just need to beat up these armies and start pushing out again. In fact, I may... depending on the situation, it may be worth just straight up pushing out again anyway. Gravecaller is reanimating horsemen, because he can reanimate long dead horsemen, which are fast moving, and help me get around the flanks. I can stack them up with the Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre, and they will help in that way. Because the easiest way to deal with an Olmish army is to get around back and kill all the commanders, and if you can do that, then you can clean up the infantry as they run, when they're much, much more vulnerable. Chopping through the front of them when they are by far the most effective and cost-efficient infantry in the game is, like, bad. It's a bad day. You don't like it. Nobody likes it. Olm likes it, but nobody else does. So I'm going to try to find strategies that don't necessarily involve that if I can. I probably can't, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really pissed off that I lost the what I was going to be building down there, but Murgos is just going to run away. Try to keep him alive. He is useful. And we'll see how it goes. In any case, that's turn 13. I'll see you all in turn 14, where the Olmish Menace will continue to press in, and we will hopefully stop them at the gates and be able to push back out ourselves. So until then, take care.